Good morning. I believe it's February the 15th, 2026. We're just going to be spitballing, you know? I don't really have an agenda. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a list or a sheet or any topics that I'm going to talk about. We're just going to be spitballing, you know, thinking out loud, logically, using discernment, using all of our God-given abilities to just process the information internally that's happening around us, all around us, externally, right? It's a lot to take in. And fuck phones, right? I can't wait till we don't have to use phones anymore. I mean, yes, it's great for the dismembering and dismantling of the plagued, corrupt secret society that has undermined humanity for centuries, apparently. But, you know, let's just stick to the facts, right? It seems that the facts are based on the recent files released, and I don't even have to say what files they are because everybody knows what we're all talking about now, right? Because we're all having the same conversation now, right? There's no more conspiracy theory, right? At least not about this. We know that Jeffrey Epstein was trafficking children, right? That's why he went to prison. We know a little bit more about his network because we're seeing prominent people recuse themselves from their positions of power and they haven't even been prosecuted yet. Okay. I mean, it's not okay. They do need to be prosecuted, but thank you for letting us know that you fucked up so much. And a cop just drove by, so we're going to reference the police too. The police suck. The police have been covering this up. The FBI clearly in the documents has been covering this up for, I think, a decade. Covering up child trafficking for a decade. One of the most prestigious, prominent, renowned, elite fucking intelligence agencies in the world is covering up child trafficking. Now, look me in my face and tell me that all the local police aren't in on it too. Did Epstein have an expansive network? Seems like it. Seems like he was tapped into some of the most prestigious entities, like collegiate institutions in the country, maybe the world, right? And what do we have for it? We know that our own government is complicit in covering this up. We know that the DOJ has been sitting on documents without action for years. We know that they're still sitting on at least half the files, probably more. Who knows if what we're getting is even, I mean, they redact everything. Who knows what they're not showing us? Who knows what they've taken out? Who knows? I hate to say it, but how can we not consider the possibility of accuracy? Are the files even accurate? We hope so, right? Man. And the thing that's strange, right, is looking around and seeing everyone just go about their daily like everything's normal, everything's hunky-dory. Let's just pretend that the United States government that has a history of genociding the rest of the world didn't just openly admit to covering up a global child sex trafficking ring. Let's just pretend it's all normal, right? Just like we did in 2019 with the fake COVID and masks and 6 feet apart, and you can't go in here and you don't get service and you get blacklisted from social media because you're telling the truth about mRNA vaccines. By the freaking way. Way back when they were coming out with the fake injectables, right? And we said, don't do it, don't take that. mRNA, graphene oxide in the vaccines, self-assembling nanotechnology. Well, guess what? As of 2023, they are calling it cloud seeding. They are injecting the clouds with mRNA, graphene oxide, self-assembling nanotechnology, smart dust. They're doing that. That's openly just, they're doing that. You can look it up. It's your turn to do some research. So where are we at? Like, everybody knows what's going on, right? I mean, we do and we don't. There's enough people who know what's going on that these conversations are taking place. We're trying to get everyone up to speed because I don't think everyone's just going to be going about their daily when it all, you know, sets in. I think everyone's just going to kind of go on strike and say, no, we need some accountability. What you did is wrong. You abused our tax dollars. haven't even covered the Pentagon audits yet. 8 consecutive failed Pentagon audits, trillions and trillions of taxpayer money. Are you kidding me? Like, there's been zero accountability. Where's that money going? What technology? I mean, we know where. You guys need to ask the questions. Where is that money going to? Okay. What technologies is that money being spent on? Going back to the files, what were Jeffrey Epstein's IT relationships, right? With schools and professors and people who are experts in the field. And what were they studying? What were they investing in? I put out a few videos of those relationships. So if you're a targeted individual, as they've labeled us, check those out and do some more research. So we go on strike. Everybody, I have to believe that over 4 billion people in the world are like against eating babies and hurting children. I have to believe that. I understand there's a lot of NPCs, a lot of people have cognitive dissonance, are checked out, have been poisoned with the GMOs, right? The genetically modified organisms and the fluoride in the water, and everybody knows about the nanoparticulates in the air and everything else, right? So maybe we're just conditioned, people are conditioned to the point of they can't think logically or critically or ask a question. Maybe it is actually cognitive dissonance and it's too much to wrap your head around that there's actually a group of people going around doing this to innocent children. It is hard to believe. Yes, it is. And it's not okay. That's why we have to use our voice peacefully, calmly, to come together as one people who support life and children and babies. And so that, that's how we all got here. We all got here in the same way, and we have to protect that life. Because if we don't, I hope you can clearly see what they're doing and are continuing to get away with. It's beyond words, and it doesn't make any sense. It's not right. We know it's not right. So it's our responsibility to come together and say, no, this is wrong, as grown people, as adults, for children who are too young to advocate for themselves. It's literally our responsibility, all of us together, because no one person's going to do this, guys. It's not the president, right? It's not the installed president under the guise of illusion every time in our history. And it's not the police, because the police are covering it up. I think if anybody was actually doing their due diligence, maybe somebody would have been arrested besides Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Obviously, they were working with a lot of other people. I believe everyone does need to come together on this to say no, and that it's a really simple thing to do, right? Nobody's asking you to go to war. Nobody's asking you to settle this violently. Nobody's asking you to take it on your own and do it. And anyone who is asking you to act violently is not a good person. Just don't, disregard that whole notion of this can be settled violently, because I promise you the technology that they have in place is not conducive to that type of physical battle for us. But we have God's energy, and we have togetherness, and we have holiness ordained from God. Believe it or not, but what I hope that you do believe in is that life is good, right? And worth protecting. And that the people that we are advocating for can't help themselves. And there's a lot of people who just maybe can't process the information right now. And we have to advocate for them too, because, they're not bad people. They don't know what's going on, right? I think we're in a good spot. I think more and more people are having the conversation. It's a little disturbing that the whole world is just going along like we didn't just get confirmation of what we've known for years, and there's still no accountability.